Manchester United fans, stop scrolling. Lucy Noella here. Big news just dropped at Old Trafford today. Before we get into it, make sure you like this video and subscribe so you never miss any United updates. Sometimes in football, a no can be just as important as a yes. It can feel like a setback on the surface, but behind the scenes it can quietly push a club toward a decision that actually makes more sense. That is exactly where Manchester United now find themselves. After missing out on Antoine Semenyo, the club have not stood still, complained or panicked. Instead, they have shifted focus quickly, calmly, and with purpose. And a familiar Premier League name is suddenly back on the radar. Antoine Semenyo was a player Ruben Neves admired. His energy, physicality, and attacking profile fitted the idea of what United want to build going forward. So when the forward decided against a move to Old Trafford, it was naturally disappointing. Any manager wants his targets. Any club wants to feel chosen. But football is not played on emotion alone. And United's situation demanded a much clearer look at priorities. As disappointing as the Semeno situation may have been, it also forced United to confront a bigger issue they could no longer ignore. This squad has problems that go deeper than one attacking option. Right now, the heart of the team, midfield, is stretched to breaking point. Even before the season truly settled, midfield was already a concern for Amorim. But recent developments have turned concern into urgency. Bruno Fernandes picking up an injury-removed creativity. Leadership and control in one blow. Kobbie Mainoo's setback took away youthful energy and balance. Suddenly, United were left relying almost entirely on Casemiro and Manuel Ugarte. Casemiro, while experienced, cannot play every minute at peak intensity anymore. Ugarte, meanwhile, has struggled for consistency and confidence. The result has been a midfield that looks exposed, slow to react and unable to dictate games. United know this cannot continue. They also know January is not an easy window. Many ideal targets are simply not available mid-season. Players like Elliot Anderson and Carlos Baleba are viewed as long-term options, but their clubs have no intention of selling them in January. That left United with a difficult challenge. Find someone who can help immediately, without blocking smarter, bigger moves in the summer. This is where Ruben Neves enters the picture. According to Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United have already made contact with Neves' agents. Not to rush into a deal, not to make headlines, but to understand the situation, to explore the conditions, to quietly assess whether this move could work. Romano was clear that this contact has happened, even if formal negotiations with Al Hilal have not yet begun. This approach tells you a lot about how United are trying to operate under Ineos and Amorim. No panic, no desperation, just information gathering and planning. Ruben Neves is an interesting case. At 29 years old, he sits right in the middle of short-term reliability and long-term value. He is not a stopgap veteran just filling space, but he is also not a raw project that needs years to develop. His contract with Al Hilal runs out in the summer, which changes everything. Clubs are always more open to selling when a player could soon walk away for free, and that means United could potentially secure him for a reasonable fee. There is also the question many fans ask whenever Saudi Arabia is mentioned: has the level dropped him? In Neves' case, the answer appears to be no. He remains part of the Portuguese national team setup, which says a lot about how his performances are viewed. His technical quality, vision, and leadership have not disappeared. If anything, his experience has grown. For Amorim, Neves makes sense tactically. United need control. They need someone comfortable sitting deep, reading the game, and moving the ball intelligently. Neves has done this before, and done it well, in the Premier League. At Wolves, he was the organizer, the anchor, the player who connected defense to attack. His long passing positional awareness and ability to slow or speed up the game are qualities United desperately lack right now. He would not need months to adapt. He knows the league. He understands the tempo. He understands the physical demands. That matters in January, when there is no time for learning on the job. Just as importantly, signing Neves would not block future ambition. Even if United bring in a marquee midfielder in the summer, Neves can still play a vital role. Rotation, depth, leadership, experience, these are not weaknesses. They are foundations of successful teams. He could help stabilize the side now, then remain an important part of the squad as United continue to rebuild. Ineos and Amorim have been clear. There will be no panic signings. Every move must make sense. That is why the contact with Neves' agents is such a positive sign. It shows planning. It shows awareness. It shows that United understand where the real problems are and are willing to address them properly. The Semenyo story is already fading into the background, and maybe that is exactly how it should be. Football is about timing, balance, and choosing the right battles. United did not get their first choice in attack, but they may end up strengthening a far more important area of the pitch. January will always be unpredictable. Deals can collapse. Opportunities can suddenly appear. But one thing is clear. Manchester United are watching Ruben Neves closely, and the first steps have already been taken. This is not a headline move yet. It is not a done deal, but it is a smart, sensible option, and one that could quietly change the direction of United's season. If this move develops, it will not be because United panicked. It will be because they finally chose control over chaos, structure over impulse, and long-term thinking over short-term noise. And sometimes that is exactly how progress begins. Thanks for watching. Now I want to hear from you. What's your reaction to this United news? Drop a comment, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't miss the next update.